Vermont Utility Outlook, valid the rest of Monday through next Saturday, December the 12th. We're looking at generally uneventful weather this entire period, a continuation of out-of-seasonal December weather. Jet stream energy could make a change for this next week, but otherwise no utility concerns other than some rain showers and some cold ground temperatures that could produce some travel issues perhaps Thursday night into Friday. Temperatures will be above normal, and the weather overall extremely quiet across the northeast United States. We're looking at the GFS ensemble forecast here, and you can see no precipitation really to speak of. We get into basically along about Thursday during the day, or more than likely Thursday night into Friday. There could be some issues with some rain shower activity on frozen ground, and that could set the stage. Even though technically not freezing rain, we could see some travel issues. More than likely east of the Green Mountains would be the primary area of concern, but otherwise no utility issues at all going at least through the looks like probably the 13th or 14th of December. The overall trend is things could get a little bit more exciting as we get into the early part of next week. Well, fairly uneventful weather east of the Mississippi Valley. As you get into the central areas here, we could see a little bit of precipitation. Also off the coast with a nor'easter passing by tomorrow, Tuesday. You can see just about a quarter of an inch up to about a half inch across the state of Vermont. Northeast United States is going to be uneventful, no real issues, and without precipitation for the first 3 days of this week, we're looking at good dry weather. All the big action is really going to be the Pineapple Express, not so much into the subtropical jet stream kind of characteristic, but elevated a little further to the north across Northern California and back into the Pacific Northwest. There's going to be very, very heavy precipitation totals, including very heavy snows in the Cascades, the interior northern and sort of western Rockies, Intermountain West. And some of this jet stream energy is going to spin up an area of low pressure that could track toward us in the early part of next week, where we might see some gradient wind issues as well as precip and a little bit of snow potentially in the offing. But really, most of this period here for the next 7 days, the total accumulated precipitation, it's really the Pacific Northwest is going to have a wild scenario here with a Pineapple Express headed right into it across most of the Pacific Ocean. Not a whole lot of critical weather here to show you, just a lot of areas of fog underneath a kind of a slack area of higher pressure. Winds are very, very light in the lowest part of the atmosphere, so consequently we're seeing a lot of fog. And also very strong temperature inversion, trapping frequently a lot of fog and stratus clouds below approximately 1,500 feet elevation just about each morning. We've had a considerable amount of fog this morning, especially yesterday, Sunday. We had a lot of fog that really knocked down the temperatures. And again, there's going to be a wide variability with temperatures. Taking a look at those temperatures. And you can see the coldest weather off to the north and west, and this is going to be the case through most of the week as temperatures kind of step ladder back up. We're generally going to be in the 30s most of the northern areas this afternoon, 40s a little further to the south. And during the day tomorrow we'll see temperatures in the 30s, and then those temperatures go up steadily as we head toward this next coming weekend. So let's take a look at those temperatures here. You can see pretty much coast to coast above normal. Amazing stuff. 21 degrees above normal in parts of Canada. This area is really taking a beating in terms of warmth. And it's really losing the snowpack, so it's these colder air masses that do moderate, try to come down through this area. Without snow cover, they moderate upwards, so the net effect is reinforced warmth. Looking at about 3 days later, you can see the story here. A little inroads of cooler conditions. This is some of the stronger jet stream energy coming across the Pacific with the Pineapple Express, Northern California, and parts of Oregon, Washington, British Columbia. Okay, let's take a look at the daily 6-hourly panels here. This is looking at the European model, and this is valid tonight. You can see some jet stream energy that's a little bit off the coast here, and this is going to be tracking well to the southeast of Cape Cod. Might throw a little bit of precipitation in the form of rain here. No real issues for us, and this is going to stay out of our hair. You can see that area of low pressure go by. Take a look at the Pacific Northwest, though, 48 hours out. You can see some really heavy rain, northern portions, northwest corner of Oregon, back up into British Columbia, Washington, Cascades, really getting heavy precip here. So that jet stream energy tries to make it east into the next trough of low pressure, and you can see it marching across the country. It barely makes it into our neck of the woods. It generally bumps into a kind of anticyclone or area of higher pressure aloft, and so consequently it gets kind of washed out. Now this would be valid along about Thursday afternoon. So roughly during that time, we may have to watch for a little bit of passing rain shower activity that could interact with a very cold ground and produce some issues for freezing rain. You can see this is for Thursday night, and then that area of low pressure goes on by, a little bit of a break in the action, and then a little bit more comes in along about Friday night into Saturday. We're talking mostly Friday night, and then sort of in between weather systems for Saturday. And we'll have to watch out also for this setup here with maybe an anticyclonic signature of the potential for some spotty freezing rain that may work in to our neck of the woods along about either Saturday night or Sunday. But nothing real straight here. Very cold conditions off to the west, a big warm up off to the east, and hence the weighted well above normal temperatures. Here's the European model 10-day total snowfall. And you can see here we're talking the 15th of December, and pretty thin. Looking at the last 7 days ending yesterday, total snowfall in some parts of the Northeast Kingdom Highlands, and certainly up and down the spine of the Green Mountains of mainly central and northern Vermont, up to 5 inches accrued top of Mount Mansfield. Looking pretty thin, however, and this is the total snow depths. Currently, there is snow up, of course, on the spine of the Green Mountains, but this is at Walden, Vermont, and that's about it. So looking at some pattern changes, potentially anyway, you can see this is the climate forecast system modeling put together by Greg Carvin, and shows basically the mean temperature, your extreme temperatures, either minimum or maximum. And you can see we're way above normal here as we get into basically the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, maxing out along about the 15th. And this is a bit of a cool down thereafter with a colder air mass working on in. And you can see that overall, though, temperatures are remaining way above the mean line here, this gray line. Just carrying this further for the heck of it, I would take this with a grain of salt, but at the same time, you can see a big warm-up, looks like a little bit ahead of Christmas, even more amplified than this last one we saw, and the temperatures staying well above the mean temperature. Now, once we get past around the Christmas, around the 25th, 26th, you can see that we're getting down more or less near normal, and this might feature some more snow on the ground once we get past Christmas Day. That's it from here, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.